Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about something very, very important to me. Of course, we are going to be talking about some Gears of War here on YouTube. And Gears of War 4 is out. I've had some time with it, and there are a lot of things I do like and a lot of things I don't like, or some things I don't like. But I want to talk about, to me, what is one of the most important specific topics about this game. Now, I do just have some gameplay playing in the background, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully I picked something pretty good. But this is a very important topic, and as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about matchmaking and ranking system. More specifically, the ranking system. Now, the ranking system, the reason why I feel it's so important is because the ranking system for me in games is what drives the addiction. Like, to me, especially if I'm not competing, because when you're competing, your motives are a little bit competitive. They're competitive heavy, and yeah, the ranking system can keep you engaged, but the majority of your gameplay, your content, is going to be in competitive scrims and tournaments, as where someone who is a very competitive player may not be on a team, and being in the competitive scene specifically would drive their addiction to the game or their, passion for the game into the ranking system. So the ranking system currently is this. You have a rank for each core playlist and for the 2 competitive playlists. This, I believe, is a plus. Now, I'm not here to talk about playlists, but I will say this quickly. I do think there are too many playlists under core, and I'm not sure exactly why execution falls under competitive, because escalation is the competitive mode, but that's a totally different discussion. However, I do really like that they made it separate rankings for separate playlists. That's really good. It makes sense. People that are going to enjoy a different game type, they should be rewarded for being good at that game type. If you're a top tier Warzone player, not that that really means much, you should still be rewarded for enjoying Warzone and putting your hard work into Warzone. So, total plus. But again, let me get to it. The ranking system works as such. You play 5 placement matches. At the end of those 5 placement matches, as far as I can tell, based on your performance and slightly based on whether you won or lost, you'll be given a placement. And your placement can be, what I'm assuming is anywhere between bronze and maybe silver 3. I'm not sure. The ranking system goes from lowest to highest, so it would be bronze 1 being the lowest, bronze 2, bronze 3, etc., going from bronze, silver, gold, onyx, diamond. So that's the ranking system. Now, I've done a video in the past. Make sure you check that out. I'm going to put a link to it in the description below about a master tier, how I would love for them to bring a master tier into the game. That's not really what I want to talk about today. It does pertain to the ranking system, and I do hope we do see something like a master tier at some point in Gears of War, because I think that drives the higher end of the ranking system, and that's really, really important. Again, totally different discussion. Please check that video out if you're interested. It'll be in the description below. But my issue with the current way the ranking system works now is that it's a beautifully sculpted ranking system. It looks well, but there's not enough of it. And that's a weird thing to say, because it is doing its job, I think, but you don't see much of the back end of that, and that's not good. Ranking systems in general are driven by a numerical value. Now, some people will call that, just your MMR, and that's a really good word for it. Your MMR, your matchmaking ranking, and where you are in your MMR should, in terms, translate to the physical, the visual that you see. Gold 1, gold 3, diamond. Now, that's all great, but we're not getting enough of that information. I don't know where my MMR is, so I don't know how high in that tier or that division I am. I don't know how far I am from going from gold 2 to gold 1, or from going from gold 1, or gold 3 rather, to onyx. And that is that kind of information that I think really needs to be a bit more transparent. That's something that someone like me, someone who's very interested in climbing in rank, someone that really wants to invest in this, I want to see that. I don't want to be taking a shot in the dark. Now, this is a little more UI based, but I am going to touch on it because it's ranking system based. When you're in a party with someone, if you're not the party leader, you can't even see your rank. I can't stand that. I would really love to see the option to put your rank where your gamer picture goes, and I'll put a screenshot of what I mean in the lobby, so that way you can kind of see what I mean. Your rank needs to be visible at all times and to other players. It needs to be something to flaunt. It needs to be something you can maybe even have an emblem that you change, that constantly changes and updates with your rank. The ranking system needs to be refined. It needs to be informative. It needs to have a leaderboard that shows you your placing. I want to know who the person is right above me so I can kick their ass in a game. You know what I mean? I want to get more score and climb higher than them. I want to know how far I into diamond. Currently, and again, this kind of touches on the master tier discussion that you can check out in the description below. Shameless plug. I want to know exactly how high I am. Being diamond currently, I'm sure it's really not that hard depending on how you're queuing. If you're 5-stacking, you're probably already diamond. If you're playing a lot, you're probably already diamond. But what does that mean? How, like, you have to know that there's going to be a varying skill range of people in diamond. You want to know, am I on the low end of diamond? Am I really like close to Onyx 3? Or am I like super high into diamond? Like I'm kicking ass in diamond. These are the things that I'd like to see. This is what I'd like to have done, including a master tier. I want to know the leaderboard. I want to know my MMR potentially, or I want to have at least like an experience bar that shows me how far into the ranking system I am. Ultimately, guys, the goal is this: more information, more animation. I want the ranking system to be elaborate when I rank up, not just a small animation. More animation, and ultimately just a better version of what's working currently with just more. I don't know what else to say. I just want more. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be getting back into getting a lot of content pushed out. I'm hoping for at least a couple videos a week. Follow at MBN Pro. That's going to be the pro team that I'm working with and I'm managing, and we're going to be pushing out at least a couple videos a week as well as a team. And stay tuned for more. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please do not leave without leaving a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.